E major 7, E flat minor 7, A flat minor 7. I'm gonna turn those three chords into an absolutely bonkers Ty Dolla Sign type beat. Let's go. Beautiful folks, what is up and how are you doing? This is Valentine the Plug, your favorite struggling R&B producer, and this is the chord progression that I'm gonna bless y'all with today. Welcome back into FL Studio, beautiful folks. As you can see, I went ahead and I processed my guitar chords, and I also played some licks which I already processed. I have it sent to a bus which has Guitar Rig 6 on it, and these are the settings that I use. I use the Jazz amp, I use the VC76, and I use the Vintage Verb to get that real round plush tone that you really hear in hollow, semi-hollow guitars that are used for jazz and R&B. So on my instrument tracks, I just have an EQ, of course, with some cuts around this frequency range, get out the boxiness, of course, and a big modest low shelf. Actually, I'm using my 11-76 just to add some compression, tame the dynamics, even out the waveform just a little bit, and chorus, as a cool cosmetic effect for my guitar. I have something similar set up where I'm basically just doing a big radical low shelf. I'm using solid bus compression as opposed to the 1176. The threshold is right here, so I'm really squashing it for the licks because I don't need them to be too apparent. And I'm using choral, of course. So that's the processing for my guitar. Let's go lay down some piano chords to supplement the sample. Alright, so let's go lay down some chords. I'm using the piano V2, and usually what I do with my pianos, I do that with pretty much all pianos I use, is I turn down the velocity curve because I want the piano to sound a little bit more soft and gentle, because if I were to set it all the way up here, it would sound really bright, really sharp. I don't need that. I need something more dull, something more kind of like that. I could change the miking setup, but for now this is going to do. So I'm in the key of B major, and the chords that I'm using are an E major 7, which is the 4th degree in the scale of B major. I am then transitioning down to a D sharp, or an E flat minor 7, goes something like this. Tempo isn't right because that chord is supposed to be right here, and I'm playing this chord in unison, which basically means I'm playing it twice, so it goes right here. Well, it's not supposed to go right there, actually it's supposed to go right here, and then that was a door opening, by the way. I'm supposed to land on a G sharp minor 7 right here, which I'm going to invert, so it should be sounding like this right now. But as the notes on a fretboard are arranged differently, we're gonna try and arrange the notes just a little bit so that it sounds more in tune with what the guitar is playing. Now, right now, if you ask me, it already absolutely sounds crazy. So this is where I say, let's just go add the drums, and if anything pops up that I want to add, we'll figure it out along the way. So Sublab is going to be our plug because I don't need a particular 808. I just need a subby bass. So I'm just going to go with the classic drive. That's the patch that I usually use. Turn this one up, turn this one down. At this point, I kind of know which metrics I like. I'm going to set the distortion to dark drive since that's the one I like most. Turn up the high cut just a little bit and send it to track 2. And usually what I do, y'all see me do this, I usually add an instance of Devil Lock because I do like a little extra layer of grit to my bass. Turn down this slider, of course. Well, I actually should be turning down this knob, so I'm gonna do that. We're gonna head over to my piano track and we're just gonna play a couple of bass notes based on root notes of the chords. So let me just demo to y'all good folks what I did to my bass. So I took it out in Sublab. I have the release set to 1. So basically as soon as the note stops, the entire thing stops. It really gives a cool snappy feeling to my bass, which kind of gives almost like a it's like a faintly staccato feeling in the bass. Y'all just gotta listen to it to understand it. Feel me? So I really fuck with that. So that's kind of how I'm gonna leave my bass. I'm gonna give that baby a different pattern, and you know, if I really gotta, oh, this is not what I wanted. If I really gotta keep it a stack with y'all, I kind of think that the beat is kind of done. That was a goddamn lie. The beat definitely was not done. I took out the Cosmos patch and a Matrix, which I feel has easily the strongest pads in the V collection. So if you're looking for some more control, you know, get the V collection, start messing around with this one. I basically just used it right out of the box because all I really needed to do was slap a low pass filter onto that. And I do have to add it, if you're getting the V collection and you don't plan on sound designing, then honestly it's not worth your money, and Analog Lab is a better buy for you. But that aside, I send it to a mixer track, big low pass filter, low shelf, high shelf, Choral, crystallizer, and shaper box. Basically my bread and butter in terms of pad processing. Now it sounds like this, and it does not give a nice ethereal layer to my hook. So what I'm gonna do next is actually pretty cool. So I was browsing Splice for some cool vocal samples, and I found some gospel samples, like 2 gospel samples, and I know from Ty Dolla Sign's productions that he's no stranger to sampling, you know, and he's a very versatile producer. That has to be said. He's an incredibly versatile producer. So I have 4 vocal samples, 2 which are kind of like old-timey samples, gospel samples, and I just want to sprinkle them all over the beat. And there's 2 that I want to, you know, sprinkle across the chorus. And I can sit here and talk, but y'all just gotta listen to the vision, man. Yo, you know what? I'm just gonna put them somewhere in the verse part as well, cause yo, these samples are crazy. Okay, so y'all got to hear this. Y'all got to hear this. So there's this, of course, that old-timey sounding sample, like it came from an old 70s soul record. Like, I'm a hip-hop head. I flock to those things immediately. But this vocal sample here, this vocal sample right here, that one, this one here with my cursor on it, this one here, that's what makes the beat. That's what makes the beat. And why? Listen to it. Listen to it. The shit is just angelic. It's heavenly. Wow. My vocal sample game is undefeated. Y'all don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. All right, beautiful folks. I'm gonna set y'all free, because you don't need to watch me feeling myself. You know, this beat is incredible, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And check out the video description, because I dropped the link to the midis right there, so you can use the chords and flip them into whatever kind of beat you want. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope that y'all enjoy just watching my process, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace.